Guys, I'm not going to try to do this again. I set up professional lighting that I got for Christmas. I'm like 15 feet away from my back wall. If the green screen does not work in this video, I'm giving up. I'm going full Scott Kramer and I'm just putting boring, nerdy stuff and fairy lights in the background. When I first came up with the conceit of this show, I wanted the spirit, the soul, the tagline to be something to the effect of news that doesn't matter. Hold on, wait, let me flip that around. News that doesn't matter. Because that's like what the spirit is. It's not something you're gonna find on CNN or even other YouTube news shows. It's things that really are just funny. But I didn't want to imply that the things I talk about don't matter. I know a couple weeks ago I covered a story about a Chinese athlete who was possibly disappeared by the government. And if the tagline of the show is news that doesn't matter, that would mean that the story doesn't matter. And that's not what I mean. So I need a new tagline. And I want your help. Whoever makes the best tagline in the comments gets forever immortalized as the person who made the tagline. Speaking of things that would be inappropriate to downplay, Betty White died, and it's the funniest thing that's happened in a long time. I was gonna say it happened this year, but it didn't. It happened last year. It's a great dad joke. I'm glad that my humor has now extended to dad jokes. So Betty White is obviously an American icon. She died at age 99. She's been an actress for most of her life. People have been talking about how, oh, it's so funny that she starred in a TV show about being old like 30 years ago. Talking about how she's going to outlive the queen, how she's going to outlive all of us. Humanity and society may crumble, but Betty White will still be there. Betty White is literally older than sliced bread. And then she died. What's funny is that her 100th birthday is coming up. Not only is it her birthday, which obviously means it's time for celebration, but it's her big 100th. And so a bunch of news publications and entertainment stations were getting ready to celebrate this event. So they pre-recorded stuff and pre-did interviews. And then they released them anyway. Published on December 28th, 3 days before her death. People magazine. Betty White reveals her secrets to a happy life at 100. I'm so lucky to be in such good health. This was 3 days before her death and 3 weeks before her 100th birthday. Disclaimer, Betty White has sadly died since the publication of this article. I think it's funny. This is a cover of the magazine that they actually sent out because you have to publish magazines ahead of time from when they're supposed to actually be released. So we have Betty White turns 100. Funny never gets old. It's like that Dewey defeats Truman newspaper picture. Sandra Bullock says she hopes Betty White embraces her birthday, quote, the same way she has celebrated every day of her life, with humor, kindness, and a vodka on ice. Oh, this is so tragic. The thing is, Betty White would think this is hilarious. Now, not only was she being interviewed for People magazine for her 100th birthday, but they actually recorded like a comedy special with all of her big famous Hollywood friends to come in and talk to her and about her, and it was going to premiere on her birthday. Now, of course, because of how TV production schedules and because of COVID, this was filmed well in advance. It was supposed to come out on January 17th, which is her actual birthday. And then she died on New Year's Eve. Screening event for Betty White's 100th birthday will go on. Betty White was weeks away from her 100th birthday and planned a big celebration. White, who died Friday, would have turned 100 on January 17th. A movie event planned prior to her death to mark the occasion will go on as planned, according to the producers of the film Betty White 100 Years Young, a birthday celebration. It's like you're just hitting yourself right in the nuts, like on purpose. The film is set to screen in 900 theaters nationwide through Fathom Events and was originally going to show live footage of White's actual birthday party. Your birthday party legitimately turning into your funeral? Like, you can't plan that. My friends actually found one of these magazines in the wild, and I'm very mad that he didn't buy it. This is beautiful. Betty White, this is for you. When you realize it's the last year you'll be able to play with Legos, alright, I'm out. That was, I don't know, I just saw that. That was that's the perfect transition to our next topic, actually. We're gonna be talking about some new Lego sets that are coming out in 2022. This is the creator line. So these are sets, it's not that they're like inappropriate for kids or necessarily targeted at adults, they're just more complicated builds. They also generally offer multiple builds in one set, so like you can customize what you actually want to make. LEGO has given us a taster of the upcoming 2022 LEGO Creator sets, with 4 sets revealed so far. You have the Majestic Tiger, High Speed Train, New York Postcard, and Beijing Postcard. So as you can see here with the tiger, there's a tiger, a red fox or a red panda, I'm assuming, and then a koi fish. And you can build any of these 3 things with just this one box. So then there's the photo gallery, and what's making everyone talk is that the tiger has a Lego butthole. Some other LEGO sites were lucky enough to receive the Majestic Tiger to review, so be sure to check out Brickset's review and this extremely cursed photo. Yes, the tiger has a Lego anus, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. I think it's a pink flower piece to make it look like a puckered butthole. Yeah, I got nothing. Just the name Majestic Tiger Butthole is not something I thought I'd be saying this early into a new year. Amazon's Alexa tells 10-year-old child to touch penny to exposed plug socket. Amazon's Alexa has been developed over the years to offer ever-improving access to information and knowledge. However, the voice-enabled assistant recently gave some dangerous advice to one user that went viral on social media. According to a tweet posted by Kristen Livedall, Alexa told her 10-year-old child to touch a penny to an exposed plug socket. Thank you for ruining my take, water bottle. You're also green, which means you're probably ruining the green screen effect if it's working at all. My 10-year-old just asked Alexa on our Echo for a challenge, and this is what she said, Livedall tweeted on Sunday. Livedall shared an image of Alexa's response after her child asked the device for a challenge. Here's something I found on the web. According to ourcommunitynow.com, the challenge is simple. Plug in a phone charger about halfway into a wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs, Alexa's response read. Timer set for 20 seconds. That's shocking. I bought my 7-year-old an Amazon Kid subscriptions with this cute tiger. He loved it, played adventures with animal workouts all day, then asks before bed, Alexa, give me a Santa fact, and she starts telling him Santa is a myth in different countries. Oh my god. The trend, known as the Penny Challenge, emerged on social media platforms such as TikTok in 2020. You may have heard of the TikTok experiment involving a cell phone charger, a coin, and an outlet. Captain Brian Tanner of the Provo Fire Department in Utah said in a video posted in January 2020 from the organization's account on TikTok. I'm telling you, this is dangerous stuff. Don't do it, Tanner added. Alright, the last and most important story of the day is that Pluto is a planet, baby! Should Pluto be a planet again? The debate rages on. So I had not heard anything about this. Obviously, Pluto was declassified as a planet in the late 2000s. I remember this fun fact that between the time Pluto was discovered and it was declassified as a planet, it never made one full rotation around the sun. So that's great. But this article actually enlightened me to a topic that I had never heard of before. A team of scientists wants Pluto classified as a planet again, along with dozens of similar bodies in the solar system and any found around distant stars. So in 2006, the International Astronomical Union, or the IAU, decided that Pluto was only a dwarf planet. In 2006, they changed their definition of planet so that a planet must be spherical, orbit the sun, and have gravitationally cleared its orbit of other objects, meaning that there's no debris in the path of its orbit. And that's the part that Pluto did not accomplish. That's why it's a dwarf planet. As a result, the IAU resolved the solar system only had 8 major planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto was relegated from the list. But these scientists don't like that. A study announced in December from a team of researchers in the journal Icarus now claims that the IAU's definition was based on astrology, a type of folklore, not science, and that it's harming both scientific research and the popular understanding of the solar system. The researchers say Pluto should instead be classified as a planet under the definition used by scientists since the 16th century, that planets are any geologically active bodies in space. So that means that Pluto, as well as other things like the asteroid Ceres and the moons Europa and Enceladus, and Titan would also be planets. We think there's probably over 150 planets in our solar system, says Philip Metzger. The researchers argue that the IAU definition contradicted a definition of planet that had stood for centuries. Objects similar to Pluto, such as Ares and Makemake, had been found by 2006, and so the IAU engineered its definition to exclude them. That led to the IAU, and therefore the public, adopting the astrological concept that Earth and other planets were few and special, instead of a better classification that would have greatly increased the number of planets. The result is that most planetary scientists now disregard the IAU's definition. We are continuing to call Pluto a planet in our papers. We are continuing to call Titan and Triton and some other moons by the term planet, he said. Basically, we are ignoring the IAU. That's right, folks. If you don't think Pluto is a planet, you're no better than those astrological hoes. I don't know if I can say the term astrology hose on my family-friendly news show, but it's true. So basically, the scientists' argument is that around the time of 2006, we had found a bunch of other smaller planets in our solar system. And this group of scientists in the IAU didn't want to change the definition of planet so much that it encompassed these other planets, because then people might be mad that there's more than like 9 planets and that there's actually 100 of them. So what they did is they backwards engineered the definition of planet so that it only included the ones we already knew about, which just so happened to cut Pluto off from the other 8. And this guy's saying, that makes absolutely no sense, it's only a cultural thing, and that scientists have been disregarding it. The article ends, it's not particularly crucial whether the IAU agrees. It doesn't prevent us, as scientists, from using a more convenient definition for our purposes. So that wraps up 2021. Pluto is a planet, Betty White is dead, Tiger butthole. Obviously, I skipped last week because I would have had to record a video on Christmas, and I didn't want to do that. So I hope that this made up for it. There's been a lot of news, and I thought it was pretty funny. So here we go. We should be getting another video next time, and of course, I'm going to make a Christian video to talk about everything that happened about him in the month of December, and then I need to fulfill my promise that I made last June. If you recall, last June, I released a 3-hour video talking about his entire life, from before his conception up until June of 2021. And at the end of that video, I said that next year, being, now, I would make a video updating you on the next 6 months. And also, as we all know, the next 6 months became some of the most important, interesting, and also terrifying 6 months of Chris's entire history. So that'll come out soon. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin. Make sure to complain in the comments about how I still can't figure out my green screen. And tell me your favorite part of Spider-Man No Way Home. Also, maybe like your favorite Christmas present or something, I don't know.